Hello people of the future, and today I'm going to be showing you my automatic chest storage sorting system thing. So basically, Seth Bling released a video quite recently showing off his proof of concept for an infinitely compact storage system. So he, at the end of his video, said that a couple of issues with his version, and then said if anybody come up with a better, or at least a little bit better working solution. So that's what I've done here. I've come up with a slightly tweaked, actually quite a bit tweaked, solution that not only gives you which chests have the item, but okay, whatever. So basically, his concept was infinitely stacking Minecraft storage chests, minecart storage chests, and then with items, and then separating them out with this slime block launcher, and then filtering through them. Don't exactly remember how, but yeah. So I did that same thing, except I used item filter, I guess. So yeah. Okay, so one of the biggest issues that he mentioned in his video is that um, the way he sorted through the chests, it wouldn't work if the chest was completely full, meaning that all of the stack was full, right? So it would be 64 items, because what he would do is he'd detect if a hopper could put something in, but instead what I've done is I've detected if a hopper pulls something out. So yeah, that's the key difference here, between that part. But on the other hand, what I've also done is, instead of in his video, just laying out all the different chests that have the item that you're looking for, or actually just the single chest, not considering if there were multiple chests with that item. If that happened, you just lay that single chest out and all the other ones will go back. However, what I've done is made it so that every single chest that has that item gets put into a sort of extra area, which is right here, and then that will be put through that same filter, and then the items will be found through that, or taken from there and put into a specific chest right here. So enough talking. Let's see it in action. So I'm pretty sure I have some gold ore in there, so let's just throw that in. So the first step is to throw in the gold ore, or whatever item. So that goes into the system. The system takes a little bit of time before it starts. It starts shooting chests out. Looks like that one had gold ore in it. Now that starts circling, and it starts pulling the gold ore out of that into this chest. So the gold ore just pulls into this chest forever, really, until, of course, the chest runs out of gold ore, which it probably wouldn't for a little while. Or you can end it, or well, you'll have to end it with this button. So you press the button, the cart goes back, and everything resets. So it takes a little bit of time. So you can see this pulses once, and then it resets. Okay, so now it's reset, and you got some gold ore. Okay, so we can try putting in some spruce into here. So put the spruce wood. Cart comes in again. Just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So look through all the ones that have spruce. That one had spruce. See, spruce in there. And then that gets started. Goes around. Goes through this. Oh, item filter that clearly is broken. So this is not always the most reliable thing ever. So this wouldn't actually work because this gold ore had not been taken out. But now it's starting to work. honestly, that's a lot to do with the delays, and like, I'm not exactly sure why that happened, but sometimes it happens. So, okay, so let's end that. Okay, so it's gone back, and it should take a pulse and reset this. There, that pulse should have reset it. It did this time. Not sure why last time it didn't, but it's weird. Sometimes it's weird. And then this one also resets. Let's see. Both of them reset fine. Okay, so we got some spruce wood, didn't we? Yeah. And some iron for some reason. Not sure why. A lot of weird things that happens in this. Okay, let's try one more thing. Actually, I have no idea what's in these chests, so I'm gonna go check it out. Jungle logs. Okay, jungle logs. Jungle logs. Jungle logs. Okay, so I'm making sure just everything's reset because nothing is broken. I think everything is good. Okay, so jungle log put in. Clearly that works. That worked. Okay. Okay, that had jungle logs. Oh, that one also had jungle logs. Okay. So, yeah, it's fine. Doesn't matter which way it goes as long as it's going. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's honestly fine. It doesn't matter. Jungle logs are being put in here, and then whenever we're ready, just press the button. It should go away. Sometimes they break. Oh god. Yikes. Alright, well, there's clearly a lot of bugs in this. Okay, so it's gone back now. That's mostly just because they were so close together that this moved it back. Honestly, I could probably just put a switch on here and fix that. It's already convoluted enough though, so I'm gonna leave that to somebody else. But okay, so that's the general idea. You get items and you yeah, you put an item in, you get that item back. This chest should allow you to put whatever item in there, and it'll just move it into the chest. I can really show that because that's pretty simple. All you have to do is get this hopper and put it in here. So you can see birch planks going into here somewhere. Oh, right there. Perfect. So yeah, you can see that happening pretty simply. Ooh. Okay, so time to explain how this beast works. So let's start off with the beginning. So the hopper. So it starts off with putting an item into this hopper. So at the end I'll talk about what the issues are, but for now, let's say what happens. So the item goes into this dropper. This dropper detects when something's in the inside its dropper, and then it shoots it out into this water stream, which pushes it into this hopper, and it goes into this. So it's pretty simple. So if you have let's say we had spruce, it goes into the dropper, shoots up, comes to this water stream, and then it gets placed in here. Now what that will do is in this item filter, it will set spruce as the only block that can go through other than stone. And in reality, I should change the name or something to something else, but I've been too lazy, so I haven't done that. But yeah, so as long as there's no stone in or whatever's here in the system, it'll only pull spruce down. So what it'll do is if a car comes over with spruce, it'll pull spruce down into this hopper, which will extend this pulse up to the third, or not pulse, the wire strength up to the third, because going from 45 to 46 items extends the signal by 1, which will then trigger this repeater to change the direction of this rail to go straight, and so it'll go straight into there, and then it'll wait on this unpowered rail. And that will continue as this keeps on repeating over and over again. It repeats via a clock here, and then it gets told to keep repeating as this detector rail keeps on getting activated because of unsuccessful chests going through here and dropping back into the storage area. So this detector gets powered, this part gets powered, and then it goes to these repeaters, which just extend the signal a little bit, and that powers the clock, which shoots another time. It's pretty simple. This was all copied from SethBling's original video, which he said came from Omango, but that's all in the past. So this part is all pretty much copied from what he did. So yeah, so far what the minecart has done is shoot out, go through here. If it has the item, it goes through this item filter, and it changes the rail so it goes straight, and it gets stuck on this unpowered rail. So now, once that item is found, that item that was passed over goes through this item filter and under into these hoppers, which then send that item all the way over here, up this dropper elevator, and into this hopper. So it's that same item that was detected over there gets put here into here. And then once that item has been put into there, this this block up here, this piston activates, pushing this block up into here, and then pushing this sticky piston out, connecting this rail, and also powering the rail. So if I take this out, then that should unpower, and this will pull in. So that pushes up. Should have that there. Yeah. So that pushes up. That allows the rail to go through and circle infinitely until, yeah, so infinitely. And then as it goes over this hopper, it will pull out that item that we specifically set, and that item will go through this hopper down in around and into this chest right here. So that will be our output chest. And then if you want to say that you're done, you press this button. So this button, it does a very large amount of things. So what it does first is it activates this this dust, goes up into here, and goes up and triggers this part right here. So what that will do is, if this pulse gets this wire signal gets extended to this third one, just for a brief amount of time, it will lose this item. It'll just lose one of them, which is the item that you have to place in there. So it'll lose that, and then that's good. That will drop to this next hopper, and will go through the chain and end up in here. So that's, and then what will happen is at the same time, this dust goes into here, and then this part right here is just like a fancy delay that gives 2 pulses. So basically what will happen is, in a short, this signal goes through, which makes this signal pulse once, and then after a very long time it'll pulse again. So at the first pulse, what it will do, it will trigger the item in here to be pulled out. So the item that was in here will be pulled out and then put into the chest. And then after a long time, the item that was in here gets moved through these hoppers, up the dropper elevator, and into this hopper again. And then after that time has elapsed, this part will pulse, and then that item will also be lost. So this part can also be a little finicky, which is probably why that it failed that one time on the video. So that part might be able to be improved. Not sure exactly how. This was kind of in the moment because I had to find a way to do two different, like a long delay, and then two different pulses from that. So this is the best I could come up with. Yeah, and then in addition, it will trigger this twice. So it triggers this line to be turned on, pulsed, which activates this sticky piston, pushes the block that was up here down to here, and then thus resetting the entire thing. So you can see that in action if I really quickly. I don't know if I had dark oak, but I know I have spruce. So let's put the spruce in. Okay, so we can see the items get, or the hop chests get pushed into there. It switches when they found the item. Then this gets pushed and completing the rail. It goes around in circles, dropping whatever spruce planks, whatever items in here, through this hopper, and then into the chest. I don't know why there's still iron ore in there. And then we'll see this button in action. So it's kind of hard to do it fast, but actually I can break this. And we can. Okay, so one more thing that the button does is it switches this rail to go straight, and then so it can shoot the minecart out of the circle. So real quick, let's see that. So you can see the minecart going out. You can see that this got reset. Oh, it will be reset. Oh. Oh, you know what? I think I know why the issue is. Maybe there's something stuck in here. Nope. Stuck in here? I think there was something stuck in there, which is why it broke. There might be something stuck inside here, which is also why it's breaking. Well, anyways, there must be some reason for that. I'm not sure why, but there was birch planks in there. So, yeah. So, yeah, and then it goes back, and then this gets reset. This block goes down. And yeah, that's pretty much how exactly it works. And then, really simply, if you want to put stuff back in, you put that in the chest. That hopper goes into the hopper, goes down through here. The chopper shoots it up through this water elevator, and it puts it into this hopper, which puts it into the chests again. So super simple. Not that part's simple. At least none of this part is any simple. The hardest part about this was all the delaying, and everything has to go off at the right time. So anything that's slightly off its time will pretty much break the entire test system. So like we were saying with the timing of the spruce wood here, putting it in here, because originally I didn't have it that it waited here, it just went around in circles, but since it would have to wait for something to be oh, there's no more spruce wood in here. Whoops. Alright, I guess we're doing birch planks then. Yeah. Another issue, okay, a big issue, very big, is that just as I've done it right now, since there was no spruce wood in there was no second item that came through here, and therefore there's no item in here. Meaning, if I press this button, I'll show you. If I press the button, what will happen is that this will lose an item, and it'll go to 40. And then, of course, that one will lose its item, but that'll always work. And then it'll lose its item again, and I mean, because that item from over there was transferred to here, it'll lose that item, so it'll be at 40. So basically, I've lost an item. Like, I'd have to go and put this back in here, and then it would work. It would be broken if it wasn't. So basically, you can't put any item in that's not actually in the system, otherwise it'll break it, which is a pretty big downside of this whole thing. Then, one other big issue with this is that this circle, if there are too many different chests that have the same item in it, it basically it differs from Sethling's version because it can take multiple chests that have the item in it. But that means that there needs to be some way of keeping them all like stationary for a certain amount of time, which is kind of impossible if you have too many. So I found like the maximum is around like 3. So 3 different chests can be like one here, one here, one here. Really, if it was to work. If there's like more than 3, then it might bounce back into here and break the entire thing. Yeah. So that kind of sucks. So the reason why that's important is that if you wanted to just fill the storage up with empty chests and then just throw everything that you have in and then hope it's puts its stuff like it just fills up the holes of the empty minecarts, you can't do that because what will automatically happen is it will split whatever you have. Like if you put like let's say 64 polished granite into this, it will basically split this into as many different chests as possible. So if you put that in and all of them are empty, then every single one will have polished granite in it. And that means that every single chest will come up into here and it will just completely just not work. So you'd have to fill up all the empty spots. And that means if you have just one of an item and you ask for that item, then you create an empty spot. And as long as there's only a couple empty spots, it should be fine. But if there are too many empty spots, if this is a completely empty chest, it would probably just break. Like if you want to use the if you want to use this input chest. Otherwise, you can input a chest just by taking a chest, putting it down right here, filling it with whatever you want. Let's put this stuff in here. Just fill it with whatever you want. So you can fill it whatever you want, and then just push it, and it should just stack up again. And that's honestly the best way of doing it. So that's another issue, and then like we were showing before, this sometimes doesn't get reset properly. There's a lot of delays that need to be perfect. So if you're building it in a slightly different way, you might have to test around with the delays. And it's kind of sucky, but that's how it works, I guess. So yeah, let me try to think if anything else is important enough to explain or to talk about. Oh yeah, one more thing. There's one more issue. Is that. So, when this gets reset, not exactly sure why, because the other one doesn't have this problem. But actually, wait, it might be to do with the delay. But this item, if it moves from this empty spot here down to this hopper, a lot of the times it doesn't get into the third one and then emptying out in the system, which means that you're always missing that one item, and then as soon as you queue up for a new item, you'll get that other item back. So as you can tell, there's a spruce block in there, and that means if we say queue up for like iron ore, because I know that was in there for some reason, if you queue up for that, I don't think there's any iron in there. Okay, so you ask for that, everything will work, and will mostly work. We'll see exactly how well it works. Okay, that one had iron in it, pretty clearly. You can see that has iron in it. So it'll go around. Oh, two of them had iron in it. Okay, so that'll work. But when you open this up, you'll see the spruce. Okay, well, there was other spruce in there before, but you'll see the spruce that was in there before, and it's kind of annoying. Oh, stone. Let's put that back. Okay. I'll show you another example. We just put the polished granite in, right? So let's try that. So I'm assuming that there's iron left over. Apparently not. So sometimes it's really finicky. Sometimes it just doesn't do it. So I don't know. Let's say there's some iron left over in there. Oh, also, as soon as you hit the button, it's not like all of them kind of go away because they have to go. There's some like stuck in the hopper system, so it's not like you just press the button, take everything out, and go. There's gonna be stuff left. But yeah. Anyways, okay. Let's just make sure that iron's still there. Okay, the iron's still there. Put this granite in, and let's watch the system go. So you saw the granite go into these hoppers. Let's see, polished granite. Where's the ones that polished granite? Should be okay. There we go. So that one is polished granite. You only start if this one is granite, so that's working. And then there's the iron. So it's weird, and it kind of doesn't work the most optimal way. But I don't really know how to fix that. I'm thinking just to increase this delay, like maybe by 1, but I'm not sure how much that'll break the system. You know, let's try it right now. I'm literally gonna try it right now. Oh, let's put this back. Oh, I think we might have broken it. Nope, guess not. Alright. Let's see. This has been reset. Yeah, it's reset. Okay. We know there's probably still iron left in there, so put the iron in, and actually we should change the delay first. What did I want to change the delay of? Specifically this one. Let's change it to 3, and hopefully this works. So okay, iron in there. Just wait. Oh. Okay, there's the iron. Quite a bit of iron left. Okay, and then there's 2 of them that have iron in it. Yep. Let's press the button, and let's hope that that doesn't happen anymore. Let's just see how many are in there. That's fine. There should be another. There's another pulse. That other pulse though, it left that in there. Ooh. No. Okay, I guess that didn't help. We could make it 1 more tick. I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm a little bit tired, and I'm probably gonna go to sleep. So yeah, thank you for watching, and see you.